Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Happy here bringing you another video, and today we are doing the ranked Joust top 5 tier list once again. Highly requested video for about a month now. I did do one about 2.5 to 3 months ago, I think. So if you did not see that one, go check it out, just because there's a lot of information in that one that I'm probably not going to cover too in depth for this video. Mostly just like why the god is great or why a certain god's not where they're at. I'll try to briefly just cover everything. I just don't want to make it too long. So before I talk anymore, let's get into the intro.
Coming for your queen and your crib and your car and your spot, and especially that motherfucking crown. The bass that I boom is cracked that I...
All right, here we are. So I am just coming down from a sickness, so if I sound a little weird, if I sound flubbed, that's probably why. So just the basics real quick. Clearly this is all my opinion. I know everybody's sassy when I don't put their gods in here. It is what it is. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed somebody, or if I'm just pee-pee poo-poo dog water. But we're just gonna go over basically what my tier. You see what I'm circling here. What this consists of basically right here. My mouse was mother. Sorry. So if I put a god in S+, this is a god that I think you should be picking or banning in the first ban phase, first picking ban phase. If you're not picking them, you should be banning them. They are the strongest gods in ranked Joust, in my opinion. S is going to be very strong gods. Basically, if these gods do not get let through or picked or banned, S is going to be your next picked gods, next selection of gods that you probably want to go to if you're trying to win games, carry games, just be OP basically. A+ is still solid picks. I've kind of put that in there. Basically, they're just not as good as these, but they're still good. They're still good gods. Just because a god's not in S+ or S does not mean that they're bad in any means. And then A can still be strong. Just got a lot of counter matchups that are in the lists above them. So yeah, let's get into it, man. I guess we're gonna start with Guardians. Guardians has not changed too much. This is the easiest one to do, I think, in my opinion. I think it's the less controversial. First god on the Guardian list is going to be the #1 Guardian, in my opinion, is going to be Kuzenbo. So as soon as I find his stupid big head, I don't even, this is an alphabetical order, correct? So yeah, Kuzenbo right here. Kuzenbo, I mean, we don't have to talk about it too much, man. Kuzenbo is just ridiculous. His ability to just displace people, displace gods. His 2 gives him crazy cooldowns, which is one of the really big reasons why he's so strong, in my opinion. Is just the fact that I can throw my 1, I can 3, whatever combo, insert combo, and pop the 2, man. And especially gods that have like DOT, you know, like a Kukulkan's played pretty well frequently right now. Like you stand in a tornado, pop the 2, you're just resetting cooldown, so you can just 1-3 again. He is single-handedly, in my opinion, the one of the only Guardians that can just run in the backline and literally solo your backline, man. 2v1 sometimes. It's insane. This god, what he does, what he brings to the table is absolutely insane. #2. We're still gonna put my boy Charon in there, and I do not think he's S+ anymore. I do think he's in the S area. I don't know. Maybe we'll put him in S+. I do think he's still S+. I take that back. Charon is S+ in my opinion. Silence, root, crazy crowd control, CC immune alt, covers the entire lane. He's very strong. He does a lot of fucking damage, man. He's probably top damage in the first 10-15 minutes of the game, until your carries get their builds online. This guy he blings a lot. He's very bloated. His kit, just yeah, a ton of pressure, a ton of lane pressure. Really good god, man. I think you should still be picking and banning him. Most of them are gonna be mages on this S+ list. I would think so, but we'll see. Let's not get carried away. I might move him down. Right now we'll put him in S+ though. #3, I'm still gonna go with Ares. I still think Ares is S. I think he is the 3rd best Guardian in ranked Joust right now. I do think that because he is a big counter to these 2 gods right here, as you can see. He does counter them very well. He also counters one of the gods below, maybe 2 of the gods below. My 4th and honorable mention. I am doing an honorable mention in this one as well, so it's top 6 gods. But Ares is just a big counter pick, man, and he's got a really good kit as well. The cripple's really strong. Bolster was, you know, obviously that was buffed, and he gives CC, not a CC immunity, but crowd control reduction in the bolster, 30%, I do believe. Change, he's knock up immune, does percent tick damage, clears buffs really well. Ares is really strong, man. I still think he's number 3 right now, in my opinion. 4, of course, is Bacchus. Well, I'd be an idiot if I didn't put Bacchus on this list. Starts with a B. Where's he at? B, 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 B. And I'm going to see. There's Bacchus. Bacchus, I'm going to put an S as well. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't want to get that in there. I mean, King of Joust, right? He's very well known as the best guardian, if not the best guardian, one of the best guardians, and he has been for years. This guy just controls lanes so well. The best CC in the game is knockups, right? And he does that a lot. It's on a short cooldown. He has a stun. It is a channel, I know, but he can still knock up. He can still stun. He has a lot of damage in his kit. He does the blink Pridwin very well. He can blink in. Pridwin is good now, so, you know, while the breastplate's still around, but Bacchus, I think, does really well with Pridwin, because he can blink in Pridwin. You get Fire Blink, you build Reverent Pridwin, and you just blink in, you ult, and you just do a ton of burst damage. If you have anybody on your team to dive that backline with Bacchus, he's very devastating into a lot of gods. So Bacchus definitely number 4. Number 5, we're gonna go with my boy Cabrakan. Now I'm gonna put Cabrakan in S as well. I think this god is slept on, man. I don't think people are taking advantage of the Cabrakan and how good he can be. He's root immune, which, you know, I mean, a lot of the gods that you're going to see on this list have roots. I can't think off the top of my head. I don't want any dead space either, so I'm just going to keep talking. But root immune, so he's counter matchup to a lot of those. You know, Thoth, Charon, walks right through that. 3's on a very, very short cooldown. You cannot fucking move when this god. One's if his passive is built up, he has the 2 follow up. Yeah, it's diminishing returns on there. It is DR'd pretty heavily, but it's still, you can't move for a solid 2-3 seconds, sometimes 4 with the 3, as long as it's not interruptible. You last pick this god into a comp where they don't have an ability to cancel his 3, and he's just shutting people down, man. He's shutting people down. Ton of CC, alt is crazy. Combine that with like a Hou-Yi, Discordia, you know, gods that have a lot of AoE zoning tools, and just straight up, like, you know, the Ricochet, that's why I say Hou-Yi, the Sunbreaker. Discordia can bounce her apple off of the walls. Very, very good god. Now, my honorable mention in my Guardians, so we have our top 5 right here, is going to be Ganesh. And I'm going to put Ganesh in A+. This god is, I know I said Cabrakan slept on. This god is absolutely slept on. Lately, I've been playing a ton of high-level ranked Joust, man. When I say high level, I don't mean like Grandmasters. I mean like around the, I would say 2600 to like 3100 MMR level. And Ganesh just picked up a lot right there, and he's a sleeper pick, man. The silence is annoying. The alt, the ability to just use your alt with a Stone of Binding, you know, placed in there as well in that build somewhere, is a lot of prot shred, and people don't realize that. You step in that Ganesh alt, you're reducing your prots by, I think it's up to 50 at max rank. So pretty crazy prot shred in his alt. So I'm gonna open this game real quick because I want to be able to switch over to it. Yeah, Ganesh gonna be my honorable mention for top 5 guardians in ranked Joust, so the best guardians in ranked Joust. So moving on, we're gonna do warriors next. Hold on. Again, I apologize. I have to mute it because I don't want you guys hearing that shit. Achilles. So I'm gonna put Achilles in S. I don't think he's S+. I don't think Achilles is as devastating as people take him to be. He is very, very good in like a double frontline comp, and we just have not seen that lately with the meta being more mage heavy. I do think the best composition right now is a mage, a guardian, and an assassin. Right behind that is your double mage that you're seeing up in like the GM levels, and when you're going above 3100 MMR, a lot of those double mage comps are being ran with an assassin or a hunter or a warrior or whatever. Insert physical god. But when he's like, whenever meta is tank meta, whenever you have 2 tanks, and even still right now, it's kind of tank meta where you have mages running around with breastplates, assassins with thebes and breastplates. He could still do very well. I'm not saying he's not that great. right now, but he's better when it's like a warrior and a guardian with a mage, you know, that kind of composition with the double front line, where 2 tanky targets. His execute got buffed. I believe it's 35% of your HP now. Jeez, I keep hitting the space bar. So Achilles still very, very good, just not as good in my opinion. I don't ban him anymore, but he's definitely could be ban worthy, especially into certain people. If certain players are on this god, he's just an absolute menace. All right, number 2. We are going to go to the S's because Shiva is going to be the next warrior, and I'm going to put Shiva in A+. The reason why I put Shiva in A+ and on my number 2 best warriors, which warriors are really bad, as you can see, my number 2 warriors on an A+ tier. Just a lot of lane control, a lot of pressure, a lot of crowd control. He really abuses the Manticore spikes with the hammer. You know, you can get Flame Hammer, you can get the other hammer. I can't remember what Rune Breaking, but I believe the Flame Hammer is better. It just does more damage overall. He just really abuses those crowd control. Binding, another one. Not the best solo tank, but still can be a very good solo tank with the build that I'm explaining to you right now. Throw in like you get Thebes. You throw, not in this order either, but Thebes for sure first. You go Binding, you go Manticore Spikes, you go what was the other one I said? The Hammer, and then, you know, insert other defense items. And this guy is very, very, very strong, especially into a traditional comp when there's 2 backliners. He can just walk in and pop his 2, you know, if he gets close enough, pop the 1. His ult CC immune, and it lasts for a long time. He heals, he does damage. Really strong god. Number 3. Now, this is going to surprise a lot of people, but I think you guys are really, really sleeping on this god. It's going to be Sun Wukong. And I'm going to put Sun Wukong in A+ as well. You guys, unless you're playing into him, you probably don't see him too much because he is played at a very high level. He's one of those gods, spoiler alert, like Set, who's just played by a select amount of people at a high level. At the low level, he's not really that devastating because they're not building him correctly. But this god is absolutely ridiculous, man. You start hybrid, you start tanky, and you edge slowly into damage build. Even if he's a solo tank, man, he just gets in the face of your backline. He can poke really well. He dives really well with the ult. The passive is ridiculous. He's very, very strong, man. The cudgel, it's 25% increased damage to jungle buffs and minions, I believe, so he can steal buffs from you if you need. He just gets in your face a lot and kind of lingers, and just that one's always a threat, man. And he constantly walking up, poking. He can't be punished too hard. He does only have his only initiate is his 72 transformations, so you Tiger Stun in, you're kind of left out there. But much like Camazotz, where once you're dashing in, he does have the ult to escape. You could blink in if you're good with him. That's why I say high level players can actually use that blink Tiger Stun. Ox form is very, very good as well when you're escaping or just peeling for your team. He has a slow in the 2, really good damage. The best Wukong builds, I think I said it before, have Soul Eater in them. So if you're going Thebes and you're going Soul Eater, after that you're pretty much solid to do whatever you want to. I think I'm just gonna pull up my build for him real quick, and to give you guys an idea what you should be doing with Wukong, because I see a lot of you guys playing him, but you're playing him not the greatest. I have him under Monkey, not Sun Wukong. So Monkey build King. So the build I have for him right now currently, and I think the Thebes wasn't on there, but Bluestone, which some of you can go Warrior's Axe right now because Warrior's Axe is really strong. Bluestone, Soul Eater, Breastplate, Genji's, Heartseeker, Crusher. That type of build with Wukong, I'm telling you, man, he could solo your hunters, he could solo your mages, even when they're building defense. This god's nasty. You're sleeping on him. He definitely is, to me, one of the top 5 warriors right now. I might get a lot of shit for that, but I'm doubling down. Sun Wukong is very good. Number 4, Horus. We'll stick Horus in A+, because these two are very, very close in my opinion. The only thing about Horus that makes him worse to me than these other gods is just his ult, man. His ult is just useless. His ult is basically there to threaten, maybe, I don't know, backdooring, or threaten Bull Demon. If you have a Horus on your team and your team is losing, and the other team is trying to flirt with that Bull Demon play, Horus ult is always there. You have to think of that Horus ult getting the team in, man. And he just sets a ton of CC. Much like Shiva, he can abuse that build where he's going Hammer, he's going Binding, he's going Manticore Spikes, providing the team a lot of extra damage. Very good god, man. Really good crowd control. I like Horse a lot, and he's safe because he can 3 out. So even if you do miss your dash, unlike Sobek, who dashes in is pretty much left hanging, Horse doesn't really need peel to get himself out. So he can just 3 out. His third ability, he can 3 out. So very safe. Good God, man, all around. Number 5, we're gonna throw Herc back in there. I took Herc out of the last list, I think, but Hercules, I can't not put him in a top 5 list. And where is he? God damn it, Hercules. I'm gonna put him in A+ as well. Just the threat of Herc. So if you're solo queuing and you're good at Herc, you can run games with this god, man. If you're plucking, you're pulling, pushing, dude, Herc is ridiculous, and his passive is really good. He just can hang out, you know what I mean? With the 3, even if you're not landing your combos, just the threat of you being there. Your lane presence is a lot for some people, and some people panic into the Hercules. Very, very good pick, I think, man. I think people are sleeping on Herc as well. I did take him out of my last list, just because I didn't think he was performing that well, but I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of Hercs lately do some shit, and I think I'm gonna put him back in my list. So at number 5, best warrior in ranked Joust right now, Hercules. So for my honorable mention, we're gonna throw Mulan in there, and Mulan's gonna be A. Mulan's a very good pick, in my opinion, especially into certain gods. She has very good counter matchups that you'll see in the mages and the hunters coming. Mulan doesn't have the best mobility, but fuck does she do some damage, man. Especially in that early, when if she can run in on the like the red buff or the purple buff, and you're fighting her in the jungle, Mulan can really, really do some damage. She hurts, man. And in the pool, to displace you, to put you out of placement, to set up for her team. Her ult is ridiculous. Got the double knock-up, or the root. I think it's a double knock-up root, right? No, root, knock-up. Let me know in the comments. I believe it's a root knock-up. But very good ult, covers distance very well. So if you're chasing with this god, she's very good to chase with. She's got good movement speed. She catches you with the you know what I'm talking about, the grapple hook, whatever the hell it's called. Pulls you in, she catches you with that, she ults, it's GG. Alright, so that's it for warriors. We're gonna go into assassins. This one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be really fun. Trying to move along on this one, man, not make it a crazy 50-minute video. Number 1 assassin, you guys, no brainer, it's Neja. Where the fuck he's at? I'm having a hard time finding gods today. Neja. And we're gonna put Neja on S+. I'm just gonna put him ahead of Kuzenbo just because everybody collectively can say this is the best god in ranked Joust. Just the setup, man. I get it, Kumba's not in here because Kumba's got a similar ult, but it's just not what I just said about Hercules having like that lane pressure. Even if like you're not landing your shit, the presence of you being there, that's Neja in a nutshell, man. That is Neja in a nutshell. Just that god being in lane, you can't step up because if you get sashed, it's too much setup. It's too much setup. Sash, you turn away, you disengage, you burn. People panic beats. They panic beats. Next time, you're fucked. We don't have to talk too much about this god because we all understand this god's just ridiculous. It never makes it in games. If you're letting Neja through, you're absolutely trolling. You're absolutely trolling. Some of these S+ picks will be let through, but this god, you have got to get him out of your games. Do not let this god pass. Don't let him in. All right. Number 2, Camazotz. Camazotz is going to be in the S. We're going to put him in S. Camazotz is very, very good, man. His ability to just do damage, his passive is ridiculous. His ton of sustain. He just doesn't go anywhere. You have to burst him, and it's so hard to burst him if his ult's up, his 3's up. Kabrakan can't ult him. He just jumps right over it. Jesus, God's just so good. If you're missing your shit with Camazotz, he's just useless. He's one of those gods where you gotta land your 2, man. You gotta land your 2-1, but just the ability to 3 in or blink in, 2, 1, right there, your mage just lost 75% of their HP. When Camazotz has like 4 items online. When Camazotz has the Thieves, the Jotuns, the Brawlers, the Hydras, whatever, Heartseeker, Crusher, name 4 items with this god. Once he gets that 4th item online, he is a menace. And if he's ahead, good luck. Good luck. He's leaping in or he's blinking into your back line. He's landing the 2, he's landing the 1, and he's ulting, and he's gonna get out for free. Nothing you can do about it. One of the best assassin dives in the game, if not the best assassin dive in the game. Speaking of good assassin dives and good setup, our number 3 assassin, best assassin in ranked Joust, is going to go to SST Thor. We're going to stick Thor in S. Pretty much the same thing. Better poke than Camazotz, I would say. Camazotz does have the range on the 1. Goes through minions. Thor's hammer, though, that double tap, that wall double tap combo, ridiculous. The difference is Thor has to use his escape to poke, where Camazotz does not. That's the difference. But Thor does have the ult, but the ult takes a while to get off. Camazotz is instantly in the air. So there's an argument that these two could be switched, but I do believe that Kama's just a safer dive god. He's just there to delete one of your backliners and get away, whereas Thor can be a little bit more versatile. He can be built tank, and he can be built more to set up and then close the show with the ult if once the team follows up off the wall, hammer combo. If they're not finished off, Thor can ult in and get there. His ult is just good lane presence as well. If you know the Thor ult's up, you just gotta play. You can't step up. You gotta play. You know, especially if you don't have wards up, you just gotta make sure if you're looking at the Thor, if you're not, pay attention, because he can come down on you at any time with that ultimate. Okay, number 4, Bastet. We're gonna stick Bastet in A+. I know it's painful for me to do this because Bastet isn't one of my main gods, but Bastet's gonna be an A+ just because of the simple fact that her dive's a little less safe. She does have a better leap, better entry, better engage and disengage, I guess you could say. Her engage disengage is very very good with the leap in, leap out. But she's kind of a one-trick pony, and people can see that coming. So you have to play Bastet a little bit differently once you get up into the 2800 MMR area. At that high level, you really got to play Bastet differently, man. You got to play over the wall a little bit. The Jungle has made a rise in the meta, so the Jungle Assassins, it's not terrible with her. You do give up the Bluestone, but it's not terrible with her, man, because if you want to play out of the jungle quite a bit, you just got to make sure the enemy team does not have good over-the-wall play. What I mean by good over-the-wall play is like they can shoot through walls, throw abilities over through walls, like Thoth, Ishshell, gods like that, if they have really bad over-the-wall play, or really good over-the-wall play, farewell to Bastet. As a Bastet main, one of the only scary gods I really don't like playing into her with is the Ardeo and the Poseidon, which aren't on these lists. Spoiler alert, Poseidon is not a top 5 mage in my opinion. So you're not going to see too many of her counters. She does have pretty good counters though, like Ganesh. Shiva can really kind of disrupt her. Horus can be another one, but I play her at a pretty high level, and I don't ever find them being a problem for me, because you need more crowd control. You need more lockdown to stop the Bastet. You can't just leap in and get, Horus 1. He might disrupt your damage, but he's not going to lock you down hard enough to where you can't leap back, where like a Ganesh would. you Bastet leaps in, Ganesh silences, dashes into you. Your dash is gone. You're a sitting duck now. Ares is another big one. I don't fear the Ares too much though, just because you can play off the Ares a little bit more. You gotta wait for him to kind of use his shit first. So if he's really gonna look at you, like if you're Bastet queuing into an Ares and he's really gotta look at you, and he's trying to stop you, it just allows your team to free cast. So you just gotta know how to play the matchups well. But Bastet, I'm gonna put Bastet as number 4. Number 5. This is gonna surprise a lot of people. Maybe it won't though. My number 5 best assassin in the game right now in ranked Joust is Nemesis. Nemesis has rose in the meta very. I don't even know how to word that. Like, she has rose in the meta like crazy, dude. This god just boom out of nowhere. They buffed her early damage. They buffed her dash, the cooldown, which is a little bit better late game, which is works out very well for her. But the 2 damage is really what it is, man. Like, we've all seen like Cosmos run the Eye of the Jungle build, but Nemesis is my first main ever. I have a very I got a place for her in my heart, man. Where I'm very glad to see Nem make this list. I know it's probably a little bit biased, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm crazy in saying this. You're probably seeing her everywhere, man. And you could attribute that to Cosmos, but I do think she's good, man. You're going to be very surprised at her damage. Now, a lot of people like to go, Bluestone with her Warrior's Axe or Eye of the Jungle, whatever. Name your starter into Thebes. I disagree with that. I think Nemesis is one of those weird assassins where her build is so interchangeable. She's so versatile, man. I personally go Warrior's Axe into Jotuns or Eye of the Jungle into Jotuns, depending on what composition I'm against. Very rarely I go Bluestone on her. Warrior's Axe, because late you can get Animosity or Sundering. Both work on her, depending on how you're playing her. You playing her more auto attack or more ability. Because I like the Jotuns and the Hydras into one defense item, which is usually Spirit Robe for me. Spirit Robe with the mitigations is it can save your life, man. With that shield and the mitigations from Spirit Robe, it can save your life. Nemesis is very good right now, and I'm very interested to see where she goes in the next couple weeks. It's been about 4 weeks since 10.12, I believe, so we'll see what happens. But this god's so good, man. I think she's so good right now. I have a couple videos. I think I'm going to be releasing a second video with her tomorrow, so you can kind of see my playstyle with her. But I'm more en route with the Jotuns, Hydras, Spirit Robe kind of build. But it does switch up, because I think the video I'm putting out tomorrow, I went into Executioner second. So, you know, we're playing a double frontline. She switches out builds so well. I just love this god, man. I'm very, very happy she's where she's at right now. Seeing Joust level play, because she was dog shit before the buffs. It's crazy what one early game damage can do. Her early is so good, man. I don't want to spend too much time on her, but just the ability to get in and get out dodge abilities and poke. Her poke is crazy. So, anyways, moving on to my honorable mention assassins. We're going to throw Set. Now, I wanted to make this spot Tsukiyomi, but I think Set's just too good to not put on here. Again, very niche player base Set, you know. The guys who are really good with him, or gals, are fucking crazy with this guy, dude. You have to address him. You cannot just let him do what he wants to do. If you do not address the Set, you're fucked as a backliner. And that's just with, like, decent people. Now, if somebody's really good with this god, yeah. Set will obliterate your backline, and it's very sneaky too, because like in the beginning doesn't do too much, but just like there's a moment in the game, and I don't know, because I don't play Set myself. There's a moment in the game where like 2 items, 3 items, 4 items in, I don't really know. Dude just fucking flips a switch, man. He flips a switch. God's a menace. All right, moving into Hunters. I'm gonna take a lot of heat for this. bro. I'm gonna take a lot of heat for this. My number one hunter is Hachiman. I am going to put Hachiman in S, and I'm going to put him above the no-brainer next. I'm just gonna throw him up here because we can talk about it. Xbalanque. A lot of people, I think most people, are gonna argue the opposite. They're gonna argue Xbalanque over Hachiman, and who's better. I think Hachi's better. I really do. I think Hachi has a better poke ability, a better early game. And then he's safer. Now, X-Ball does have CC immunity in his dash, but if the dash is weird, Hachi's is very instant. It has CC. His ult's better, in my opinion. Now, shutting off the lights is very good late game. You can change a fight in the instance. Late game, I think Xbalanque is a much better hunter than X-Ball, but I think overall, I think Hachi's just better. Not that Xbalanque is better than X-Ball. Late game, I think Xbalanque is better than Hachiman, but I think overall, just the early and the mid, where this game mode is played for the most part, I don't know, man. I think his one just pokes better than Xbalanque's bolas, because not a lot of people are opting into the oboe. Now, the reason why I put Xbalanque over Hachi before is because when this Prot Shred build is meta, where you're building Griffin Wing into, you know, like Dominance, Kins, Executioner, Oboe, that type of build. I think X-Ball is better because Oboe is simply with the Bola ricochet effect, pokes the backline. As long as X-Ball slamming that front wave, it's poking the backline. It does a lot of damage. It's just you see numbers everywhere, and before you know it, you're lost like a third of your HP as a mage if you're stepping up on the wave to clear. It's actually kind of nasty, but because crit right now is more the meta, people are opting into that Aussie Cowl Demon Blade route. I think Hachi's better than X-Ball right now, and that's just me. That's my opinion. So I'm gonna put Hachi number 1, X-Ball number 2. Number 3, Hou Yi. Now, whereas Hou Yi was like 4 or 5 on my list before, and I'm going to put him in S, he was A+, they just buffed his ricochet. His ricochet damage is buffed, the scaling on it's better, the mark is on a lower cooldown. Hou Yi's S tier all day now. This guy's very, very fucking good. You're probably seeing him a lot more, even though he probably didn't really go anywhere before that. I mean, just because Hachi rose in the meta, you probably see less of him, but Hou Yi is performing like he's never performed before, in my opinion. I'm getting crushed by Ho-Yis sometimes. I don't play him. It's a god that I just don't play. He's not in my god pool. I wish I was good at him, but playing against a good Ho-Yi is absolutely terrifying. You can't back. You got to go to your Phoenix to back. You can't just back when you're low under your T1 tower. This guy's gonna find you with that ricochet, and now it's doing more damage. Also, one of the gods who has a very versatile build. He doesn't just do the blanket ADC builds like most of the hunters do. So Ho-Yi's back in there. Number 4, we're gonna go with Chiron. Chiron is my number 4 best hunter in ranked Joust. I'm gonna put him at A+. Just great dive potential. He can dive with the front lines. Chiron plays very well with the Guardians, the Assassins as well. Like a very dive heavy comp with a Chiron on it is fucking scary because you just build ability base, man. I personally level up his 2 Masterful Shot over the 1. I just use the 1 to mark, and my autos to mark. I pop the 2. I use the 1 to cleanse more. I'm not a guy who really clears with the 1 and uses the 1 to poke. It's more of a utility tool for me, and my 2 is what's being more of my poke. That's just me. It's a play style. Once you have Trans online, Crusher, so you don't need Soul Eater because it's passive. Vital Amplifiers, I go on him. I go Trans, Vital, Crusher, Fail Not, Heartseeker. I'm missing something, but you get the gist. Sometimes the Jotuns because early game. Chiron's very good. His ult, when your team's diving, you just pop the ult. You can finish off kills. A lot of the times you can get the last hit on that kill and survive if the enemy's trying to pressure you out because your 2 teammates or 1 teammate's diving. You might get dove by their front line. You know how it works. Chiron, very, very good, man. All right. So 5 and honorable mention are going to be a little different. We're switching up because I did have Medusa on there last time, and I don't remember who else, but my number 5 is going to be Anhur. I think Anhur has really rose in the meta and has a spot now. Mostly because mages and assassins are picking up breastplate, assassins are picking up thieves. Like with the meta being more tankier, Anhur's passive really shines. He reduces physical protection, so he's just doing more damage. So whether or not you have that breastplate online, his early is just ridiculous. He shuts down the pressure of that double mage comp because he has his own early game pressure. Anhur's very, very good, man. Any of his spears lower physical protections. I don't remember exactly how much it is. I think it might be 15. Don't quote me on that though. But again, the reason why he's so good is because the double mage compositions and the mages are very good at applying pressure early game, and Anhur kind of counters that with the prot shred and his own just crazy early game. CC immune ult, a leap that goes over walls. It knocks up. You can up down. 2 is a knockback. You can pin people. The pillars are very, very good stopping backs, slowing people. He's just got a very good kit and fits in right now with this current meta. So my honorable mention, sort of similar. It's going to be Carnunos. I'm putting Carnunos in here, and I'm going to put him in A because I don't think he's that strong. I think Hunters just fell off pretty hard with the current meta since the last time I did this tier list. And Carnunos, similar to Anhur, because Carnunos has Prot Shred built into his 1 passive. The Autumn Stance can reduce prots up to 25, I believe, or is it 25%? I do have Smite pulled up, so let me go pull up Smite real quick. Nah, we're not. We'll just do it later. Yeah, we'll do it later. I believe he had. You guys can go look, man. I believe Carnunos has. It's either 25 flat or 25%, but either way, he has a very good prot shred in his 1. His ult is a giant AOE crowd control ability. It does not just need to be used for pressure and damage. It can be used to peel. People forget that. He does a lot of damage. His 2 with the 1, especially if you're good at Carnunos with switching to Autumn and landing some autos because I gotta pull up Smite. Hold on. I gotta pull up Smite real quick. So we're gonna go to gods real quick. Here, I'll switch. We're gonna look at Carnunos. Oh, I'm on my Smurf, so I don't have them unlocked. So it is 25 reduced, not 25%. That'd be crazy. So all you gotta do is land 1 auto attack, I believe. So 10 seconds. Look at this, dude. 10 seconds you're reducing their physical protections by 5, scaling up to 25. So all you need to do, if you're good at Carnunos, and this is how you get good with Carnunos, you switch to Autumn Stance, you land your 1, or you just land an a basic attack, I mean, and then you switch to your Summer. Or you know, whatever, you're slow. You can switch to Winter as well, but you switch to Summer, you get that extra basic attack damage. This god shreds, man. Don't sleep on Carnunos. Now, he is a little bit immobile. The dash isn't the greatest. It can get caught out very, very easily. So, be careful in positioning with him. But he can do damage, man, especially if you don't fall behind. If you can get that first blood, or like the early kill, if you get this guy online, it's hard to stop him, man. He does too much damage. Just remember to switch between your 1. Cycle through your 1, man, because that's what makes a really good Carnunos. It separates the good ones from the bad ones. All right. We're going to move on to mages, and we're going to close this shit out. Number 1 mage, where it was... I don't think Raijin was even on my mage list, my last tier list. The god's absolutely fucking crazy right now, but he did get nerfed to shit, in my opinion. He's still very good, but he did get really, really nerfed. So, because of that, I am going to stick Morgan Le Fay in my number 1 spot. There she is. Morgan Le Fay, and I'm going to put her in S+. Morgan Le Fay is absolutely bonkers right now. This god's so annoying to play into. She's a crutch to just win games. She has a long-range poke ability in her 3 that gives her movement speed. She has a knock-up pushback in her 2, so she can self-peel. She has access to a slow, a pet, and a fear in her 1. She can just self-peel for herself, peel for her team, also doing a bunch of damage. CC immune alt that does 1 billion damage if you're stacked her passive in late game. I've seen her alt hit for 1400. I've seen it happen myself. Absolutely ridiculous god. Really abuses the current meta build right now with the bruiser build, with the Genjis, the breastplate, you know, the Typhon's Fang, Vamp Shroud, all that bullshit. Just a very good god, man. I think she's number 1 easily, right in front of Raijin, who's going to be my number 2. Just the nerfs. Now, if you would have caught me a couple weeks ago, I think 4 weeks ago, when I initially planned to do this tier list, before 10.12 dropped, Raijin would have been the number 1. But I'm gonna stick him in oh, he's S+. I still think he's S. No, we'll say it. Yeah, fuck it. I can't. I'm indecisive. We'll still put him in the S+. I still think he should be picked or banned. Which is gonna be most of these fucking gods, right? Most of these mages. Raijin's ridiculous, man. He abuses that same build I just talked about with Morgan Le Fay. Very, very well. Still has crazy damage. His cooldowns got hit really bad, so you can't really just infinite cooldown spam with him. But the objective remains the same, right? Just heavy pressure, heavy damage, while trying not to die. 3's on a crazy short cooldown still. The 1 is he still has his passive. He still has gooseberry, not gooseberries. The recipe, whatever the hell it's called. You know, the cooldown recipe. Can't remember the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. Bountiful Bow. There you go. Bountiful Bow with, you know, temporal beads. Just even a med. Like anything to just reduce his cooldowns. I'm not saying build med on him at all. I'm just saying if it's like a teammate has med. Crazy cooldown still. His objective remains the same. Number three. Okay, so my mages are a little weird. You can put these guys honestly anywhere, but I'm gonna put Persephone as number 3. I think Persephone, and it might be a little bit biased. I almost put Morgan. Where's Persephone? P. Is she the only P god in here? There she is. No, Pele Poseidon. Okay, yeah, I'll put Persephone in S. I think I'm biased though. I think there's an argument for Thoth and Baba to be in here, but well, Thoth mostly, but I think Persephone is a good solid number 3 just because of her poke ability. Poke ability, long range CC immune alt that locks people down very well. You need beads. You don't even need to hit it. Just hit a wall next to them, and boom, there you go. So don't need to spend too much time on Persephone. She's really good, man. Her poke ability is absolutely insane. She has a long range poke at her 1. The plants are fucking annoying. You guys know how it is. Persephone number 3. Number 4, we're gonna put the Thoth boy, the bird boy. Number 4. Now, I'll throw my number 5 pick up here, just so we can talk about it, because these two, which is Baba Yaga, these two could be argued to be honestly 2, 3, and 4, in my opinion. I mean, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You could kind of interchange these guys depending on who you are. But the only reason I put Thoth under Persephone is just the ability to lock him down is much easier than Persephone because of the dash. They kind of play similarly, where the long range poke, the alts are stupid long range, but hers has more CC, and her dash goes over walls. That's the big part. So she can get out of Odin Cage, Kabrakan alts, like shit like that, where Thoth just gets locked down. That's the only reason I really put Persephone over Thoth. And then Baba Yaga, absolutely crazy god as well. Stupid damage once you get her items online. She can abuse the breastplate and the prophetic cloak to be tanky, even though like Thoth can still build breastplate if he wants to, so can Persephone. But Baba actually, like, it makes sense more on Baba. She was doing it before the breastplate came into meta. Not so much breastplate, but like just prophetic building tank is what I mean. I misspoke there, not building breastplate before breastplate was meta, but you could have, honestly. But the only reason I put Baba below these two is the dash can get caught out. Her dash is nowhere near as good as both of theirs. Thoth is instant. Hers goes over walls and is pretty much instant. Hers is a channel. So, me personally, if I see a Baba, I lock Kabrakan. Can her dash go over my alt? Absolutely. But if she starts to dash, I can 1 and I can auto her, and it locks the dash out. Just the ability to get her dash interrupted is the only reason I don't put her above these two. I think her kit is much better. I think just kind of overall she's much better. Just the alt to return, to very good alt to return damage. When the enemy team has pressure on you and they're using their alts, Baba's ability to pop her alt, knock back, and return damage, her re-engage is absolutely crazy. I don't like the RNG on her 1 though, and on the 2, but potions do so much damage, dude. Her 2 does so much damage. Like, why does it do that much damage? And when you have her 1 do the silence too, God, Baba can be so fucking annoying. So I don't like the RNG, but it can play. I mean, it's RNG, so it's like crit. It can do you. It can work wonders, or it could really kind of fuck you in a moment. Like you go to 1 somebody and it does the U shape. You're like, God damn it. But if you're a good Baba, just pay attention to it. But really, the dash is why I don't put her above there. And then my honorable mention to close this off, guys, is going to be Agni, and I am going to put Agni in S as well. Agni's very good. Another god I don't see enough, just because I think there's so many good mages right now. Like, we can sit and talk about it, man. I'm not going to, because like Disco I took off my list. Kukulkan could even be argued to be up in a top 5. Ishchel could be argued. Who am I missing? There's another mage I'm missing that I kind of want to touch on. Pwash could be argued. There's really good mages right now. There's so many good mages that it doesn't make any sense that I have to do a top 5 or top 6. I could do a top 10. Like, I literally could throw Pwash on there, Kukulkan on there. Baron could even see some level. I wouldn't put him in like a top 5, but 8, 9. Disco's up there. Nuwa. No, I'm just kidding. Not Nuwa. Just because of this build. It's just the build that's currently meta right now, and a lot of those gods abuse it. Zhang Kui, another one. But I still think these mages are solid. I think Morgan Le Fay, Raijin, Persephone, Thoth, Baba Yaga, and Agni are by far the best mages in the game right now, as far as Joust. So, that's my list, guys. Let me know what you think. Like I said, am I fucking pee pee poo poo dog water? Do I not know what the fuck I'm talking about? Am I pretty spot on with some of these picks? I know my Warriors are gonna cause some ruckus in the comments, but this is my list, man. I really do think these are the best gods right now in Joust, in every class, top 5, top 6. So, yeah, let's talk about it. Once again, guys. I'm going to put something in the beginning of this video, but I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. It's going to be on this video that I'm requiring you to comment on this video. Actually, you know what? It's probably not a good idea because it'll flood the comments. Unless I'm just overestimating myself. But we're going to do it anyways. So we're going to be doing the giveaway. I did mention it at the beginning of this video, but I'm still going to mention it at the end because a lot of people skipped to this part of the video. But the giveaway, my only requirement to be eligible for the giveaway is going to be you comment on this video, hashtag giveaway. and that will allow you to be eligible. I'm going to request that you sub if you're not subbed already, guys. It is a huge help if you sub to the channel. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers. I'm at 239, I believe. So once we hit 300 subscribers, I'll do a giveaway. The giveaway is going to be a $60 value, whether that's going to be toward a video game. Like I could buy you a game on Steam, I could buy you a game on your Xbox store or your PlayStation store. It could be SMITE gems, $50 of SMITE gems, but it's going to be about a $60 value. So let's get to 300 subs, man. Flood the comments, show some love in the comments, man. Be mean, be nice, but hopefully you guys are just nice. Don't forget to like the video, and please sub. Help us out, man. Help raise me in the algorithm, and get the Joust content out there, man. We need more Joust content creators. So let's get it, baby. I'll catch you on the next video.